Sorry, just spilled my water all over me. um, yeah, just really proud of our group. I think we really bought into the defensive side of the ball, and we played some great defense, especially on Jewel. Made things tough for her. That was what the game plan was. Made shots when we needed to, and played together when we needed to. I thought we handled adversity. We saw some adversity in that second quarter, I would say. Third quarter, we came out swinging, and I just really liked our attention to detail.
Mox, the record is perfect. I'm sure you're pleased with that. Where's the team, 3 games in, compared to where you want it to be and hope it would be at this point?
I think we're right where we want to be, 3-0. But I also think that, I told the players this too. We don't need to be playing our best basketball until February. End of February going into March is when you want to be peaking. So I'm happy with how we're playing. The positive part is that we haven't even come close to reaching our ceiling, and we have so much growth left and a lot of work to do, but we're still playing good enough to win games and win them convincingly. So that's a great thing, and I just want to continue to see us get better. But I'm happy. I think our players are happy. We have good chemistry, good camaraderie, and people are stepping up.
Yeah, Greg Medea from Daily Progress for Coach and the 2 players. Coming out of the third quarter, you went on a 12-0 run to start that. What's the key to having those big runs where you can put a team away early like that for Coach and the players?
Yeah, energy, playing together, doing the little things like defending and rebounding, hustle plays, stuff like that, and also being able to take the adjustments that we make at halftime and implement them in the second half. So our players do a great job of that. Like when we talk about maybe a certain play that we want to tweak or maybe a defensive assignment, we do a great job of carrying that over onto the court.
Like Coach said, definitely energy is what helped us get that 12-0 lead. In the locker room, we talked a lot about rebounding and coming together because we weren't truly together in the first half. So we came out with energy and ready to just be together in that. And just doing the schemes that Coach Mox talks about and, like, going to the basket and punching gaps in order to get other people open. And that's exactly what we did.
Anything to add, Lex?
Y'all said everything.
Obviously, you want to be 3-0, but how big is it to get your first conference win? And that was something that didn't happen last year until, I think, February 17th or something like that. Like, to get that first conference win, how big is that, Coach?
Of course, it's big. Every win in conference matters. But, again, I always tell them we're a different team than last year. We don't really talk a lot about last year. We just focus on, what we've been doing this year. But, we don't take that for granted. You don't take any wins for granted. Wins are hard to come by. So we celebrate them all. No matter if we think we can get better or we played bad, a win is a win. And then we just go back, watch film and get better from there. But, I try to tell them, like, confidence comes from preparation. I think they have bought into that. And you can never be too high, never too low. So just prepare for every team the same way. So we prepared for Wake Forest the same way we prepared for our exhibition game, and that's just the mentality, and that's how you be consistent and reach greatness and sustain greatness. So yes, we understood it was a, I guess, quote unquote, bigger game than the 2 that we played before because it's a conference game, but at the same time we prepared the same way.
Caden, you averaged four points a game last year, 4 and change. Why have you been so much more productive so far? Is it the new coaching staff? Is it your off-season work? Is it a combination of things?
I think it's a combination of things. I think to start, the coaching staff change, Coach Mox allows us to be a little bit more open where everybody is contributing. It's a true team effort, and that's what allowed me to get open and make shots.
Coach, at what point did you break down a lot of film from last year from your returning players, or just start from scratch with them? And at what point did you realize Caden had this kind of ability?
Yeah, I broke down zero amount of film from last year because, again, that's not going to help me. I just came from when I got hired, got into individual workouts, and that's where I evaluated our talent and where we could grow, what we could make better, what we could, things like that. But I think it was probably the first workout I saw with her, and I knew that she was a talented kid, and needed to be pushed a little bit, but she has a lot in her bag, and I wanted her to be able to use all of that. So I didn't want her to just be, a driver or just a shooter or whatever. She can score at 3 levels. She can defend, and just instilling a little bit more confidence in her and in her game is where I've been focusing. But I get on her sometimes because I just know how high her ceiling is, and but she's stepping up to the plate. Both of them, not just KD. I think, I can see where this team is going, and I can see the potential, and I can see the pieces, probably a little bit more than they can see it. So I'm just trying to push them to reach that.
Caden, just to kind of follow up on that, how comfortable are you from 3? You came out in that second half, I think 3 of 4 in the third quarter from 3 as part of that big run you guys went on. How comfortable are you shooting it from deep?
I would say very comfortable, especially because we've been getting in the gym since Coach Mosh got hired. Like she said, we've been working on the 3, like making sure that I'm more consistent there. And then having my teammates help me get open is easy to just knock that down for us.
And then for Coach, you guys played, I think, 10 through most of the game. Do you feel pretty good about your depth to this point?
I do. Probably could have played all 11. I think, the beauty of great teams is you don't really care who gets the credit. You never know whose night's going to be. Like KD can go for 21 night, Lex could go, Cam could go, Sam, it doesn't matter. So I don't really focus on, just trying to get somebody their touches or their points or whatever. It's whoever's hot, we're going there, and our team, has really bought into being selfless rather than selfish. And I think that's why you're seeing us play together more. So, somebody off the bench, I think last game it was against UMBC, Yanta came off the bench and was playing really well in the second half. So she played most of the second half. But, today she probably played a little bit less. But, who knows what's going to happen next game. So I just think that's the beauty of our team. I think we're deep. I think we're talented. Everybody can still grow, and we can grow together. But I like where we're at.
And then switching the defense, Wake had 22 turnovers. I think I don't count on my math because it's on the fly, but I looked at a couple 4-minute plus scoring droughts from Wake and then a bunch that were 3 minutes. Like, what is the key that you're seeing right now defensively? And we're used to talking a lot about Virginia basketball defense, but these type of droughts, how does that help you as players? Does that motivate you? Is that something you like to see? Like, how do you turn that into offense the other way?
Yeah, I think our players bought into the offensive side of my system pretty quickly, right? But the defensive side was something that we had to work at a little bit more. But now that we're having some success with it in games, I see the buy-in to it, and we're really locked in. So when we play like that and understand the scouting report and the game plan, it's going to be pretty difficult because we have length, we have athleticism, we have smart players, all that. So we really focused on that game plan. We were taking 24 out, like I said, face guarding her, but then also extra help around her when she was coming off screens. Was it perfect? No. There were some times people went back door and got layups, but we just focused on the next play. So defense and rebounding is a staple, and that's something that we have to do consistently. And I like how we're getting better at it every game.
The second half of that question, Lex, for the players, what does a 4-minute scoring drought really do for you guys out there?
It really just brings us energy to where when we're on defense, we know that, we know our principles, and being on defense and bringing that energy on defense will help us with our offense, really. So,
because if we get stops,
we get transition.
Yep.
Caden, now, where's your sister these days, and has she been watching these games? And if so, what are her thoughts on the start so far?
My sister, she actually wasn't here tonight, but she's been at every other game, so she comes quite often. But in general, her viewpoint is very positive. She thinks that we're moving in a big, great, positive direction, and she just likes what she sees. Yes, she is. Right now she is community engagement at the University Police Department.
Back to the defense, Caden and Mir combined for 8 steals. What did you see from them on the defensive end tonight?
Active, very active. Just active in their gaps and helping out each other. I thought KD started the game off good on 24. Lex came in and played a lot of minutes on 24. Mir was active in her gaps and flying around and getting tips and steals as other people were too. Taylor. She played a lot of minutes on 24 as well. So that was an effort between those three, and then also our team helping them out when they were getting off screens and stuff like that. But I just thought I just effort, energy and effort, and understanding the game plan and implementing it.
Coach, kind of going back to Caroline's question a little bit earlier, this is the first ACC opening win since 2017. I know you've talked a lot about rebuilding culture and mindset. What is it like seeing kind of the fruition of that in these first 3 games?
I'm just really proud of our group. Culture, again, we talk about that all the time. Culture wins, and I truly believe that, and that's how, you sustain greatness for years and years to come. So it's about them, obviously buying in, which they did, have since day one, and then leaving a legacy, So there's so much that we can do this season, and our ceiling is so high, and I just want them to be, put in the record books for that, and just leaving a legacy and bringing UVA women's basketball back. So I'm really proud of them. It's 3-0. We still have a lot of games left on our season, so, we'll celebrate this one tonight, and then we move on to the next one. But I just want to keep it rolling. But I know we have a lot of games left, and we just got to continue to get better. Thank you.